obviously it appears that you're targeting reinforcements in the forward line and in the back line. So Alexander Isak and Mark Gay. What can you tell us at the situations regarding potential for them to at least become Liverpool players before the deadline?
What I can tell you is not a lot. And if someone else is going to ask that question, it's going to be the same answer. So, as I've said so many times, and it's been shown on Friday as well, I could even impact the game Friday with the players we had on the bench. Federico came in, scored a goal. So it would be much nicer for us to talk about the players we have and for me. But I can also understand that you have to ask this question. But
Arne Slot responds to the latest developments in the Alexander Isak situation at Newcastle, having seen a Liverpool offer of £110 million rejected earlier this month. Arne Slot has sidestepped a question over Liverpool's interest in Alexander Isak, as the speculation continues over Newcastle United's want-away striker. But the Reds' boss conceded he doesn't expect Isak to start for Eddie Howe's side at St. James' Park on Monday evening. Liverpool had a £110 million bid rejected by the Magpies earlier this month and are understood to be ready to return to the table should they be given encouragement from the Northeast that a deal could be possible. It's been widely reported Newcastle are holding out for £150 million. Although their efforts to replace the Sweden star have so far proven fruitless, having seen Liam Delap and João Pedro join Chelsea, Hugo Ekitike moved to Liverpool and Benjamin Sesko signed for Manchester United. On Tuesday night, moments after he was confirmed as being named in the PFAS Team of the Year for last season, Isak posted on his Instagram account that his Newcastle career was over, citing broken promises behind the scenes. That was followed by a Newcastle statement later that night expressing their disappointment in their striker's actions and claiming he would now be likely to stay. Put at St. James' Park asked about the situation ahead of Monday's trip to Newcastle in his Thursday press conference, Slot said, "What I can tell you is not a lot. And if someone else asks the question, it is going to be the same answer. I could even impact the game Friday with the players I had on the bench. Federico Chiesa came in and scored a goal, so it would be much nicer to talk about the players I have, but I understand you have to ask. Monday's game is nothing to do with anything that is in the media, but if you go to Newcastle, you know what to expect. We played them 3 times last season, and twice their intensity levels were above ours. In the League Cup final, they were more intense than us as well. I don't think they need anything to add to them being more intense. Apart from that, it is a very good team. They can make it a fight and have players that are so comfortable on the ball, one of the best teams in the league, and one of the most difficult away games you can have. I don't think it will be a busy end to the window, because that would mean I would be unhappy with the squad, and I am happy with the squad we are having. I say 2 players for each position is ideal, but sometimes less is more, so you are not disappointing players. I am happy with the squad. But if we think there is a player who can really make us better, then this club has always shown they can bring them in. But it needs to be everything we want. Right transfer fee, right position, and the player wants to come to us. I don't think they are a club with troubles. They had a very good start against Villa, a good game for them, and they were able to get more than the 1 point they got. It is not only difficult, or it's mainly difficult, because of the players they have there. Not only because of the fans, although the atmosphere is great, like it is at Anfield, so we are used to a certain environment, but St. James' Park, if I just remember last season when it was an evening game, the atmosphere was amazing, and it will be the same. Why is the atmosphere amazing? Because the players can perform. The players can add to the atmosphere by being as intense as they were. Bringing the quality they brought in that game, that is going to be the challenge. The challenge is also playing in a stadium where the fans are there for the home team. It always helps every home team. The last 15 to 20 minutes at Anfield, it wasn't a coincidence we scored twice because the fans helped us. But if you only have fans and you don't have the players, then you can forget. The main thing we have to be ready for is their midfielders, their last line. Their 3 forwards, although I assume Isak is not playing, but they still Anthony Gordon as a 9. They have Ilanga as a right winger and Barnes from the left. And Jacob Murphy is not even playing, who was very good against us twice last season. This is the Premier League. We all have a lot of options, and Newcastle have them as well. Speaking on his Instagram account on Tuesday evening, Isak wrote, "I've kept quiet for a long time while others have spoken. That silence has allowed people to push their own version of events, even though they know it doesn't reflect what was really said and agreed. Behind closed doors, the reality is that promises were made and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. Newcastle's response read, "We are disappointed to have been alerted to a social media post by Alexander Isak this evening. We are clear in response that Alex remains under contract, and that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that Alex can leave Newcastle United this summer. We want to keep our best players. But we also understand players have their own wishes, and we listen to their views. As explained to Alex and his representatives, we must always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United, the team, and our supporters in all decisions, and we have been clear that the conditions of a sale this summer have not transpired. We do not foresee those conditions being met. This is a proud football club with proud traditions, and we strive to retain our family feel. Alex remains part of our family and will be welcomed back when he is ready to rejoin his teammates." Crystal Palace have reportedly added Club Brugge central defender Joel Ordóñez to their shortlist as Mark Guéhi continues to be linked with a move to Liverpool. As reported by the Echo last week, the Reds have opened talks with Palace over a move for the defender. Although it is believed the Londoners are currently asking far in excess of what the Reds are willing to offer for a player who has entered the last 12 months of his contract, the Crystal Palace owner and chairman, Steve Parish, raised the prospect of selling Guéhi this summer following the Community Shield at Wembley earlier this month. He said, "Yes, of course. For players of that caliber to leave on a free, it is a problem for a football club. There is no doubt about it. Unfortunately, Joachim went, and we couldn't afford to lose both of them. We then had another bid in January, but that was a difficult situation as well. We will just have to see what happens. It needs a new contract or a conclusion of some kind. And now, according to the Mir Ecuador International, Ordóñez is on the club's radar." While the Eagles also retain a strong interest in Sporting CP's Ousmane Diomandouil, it also emerged on Wednesday night that Arsenal are set to hijack Tottenham's pursuit of Eberechi Azaz. Recently as Wednesday afternoon, Spurs were in pole position to land the forward after agreeing a price thought to be close to £68 million, the price of his recent release clause. However, the Gunners made a late swoop, and now Ez is set to undergo an Arsenal medical on Friday.